There are footballers who entertain. There are footballers who win trophies. And then, there are footballers who transcend the game itself. Lionel Messi belongs to the last category. For more than 2 decades, the little boy from Rosario, Argentina, has captivated millions with his magical left foot, extraordinary vision, and an ability to make the impossible look effortless. He has broken records, lifted trophies, and inspired generations of football fans around the world. Yet, even after achieving almost everything the sport had to offer, Messi found another way to surprise the world. On a historic night at the FIFA World Cup, the Argentine captain delivered a performance that reminded everyone why many consider him the greatest footballer of all time. He scored the first World Cup hat-trick of his legendary career. For some players, a hat-trick is simply 3 goals in a match. But for Lionel Messi, it represented something much bigger. It was another chapter in a story that has inspired millions. Born in Rosario in 1987, Messi's journey was never guaranteed. Diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency as a child, his dreams of becoming a professional footballer seemed uncertain. His family struggled financially, and the treatment he needed was expensive. But talent has a way of finding its path. At just 13 years old, Messi moved to Spain after FC Barcelona offered him an opportunity that would change his life forever. It was a decision filled with sacrifice. Leaving family, friends, and everything familiar behind wasn't easy. However, greatness often demands courage. At Barcelona, Messi transformed from a shy teenager into one of the most feared players in football history. Season after season, he shattered records and collected trophies. Champions League titles, league championships, domestic cups, Ballon d'Or awards, individual accolades beyond imagination. Yet despite all these achievements, one criticism followed him everywhere. Could he replicate his club's success with Argentina? For years, the answer appeared uncertain. Argentina suffered heartbreaking defeats. They lost World Cup finals. They fell short in Copa America tournaments. Each failure brought new criticism. Some questioned his leadership. Others doubted whether he truly belonged alongside football's greatest legends. But Messi never stopped. He never abandoned his country. He kept returning. He kept fighting. He kept believing. Then came redemption. He finally lifted the Copa America. He achieved the ultimate dream by winning the FIFA World Cup. The boy from Rosario had conquered the highest mountain in football. Most players would have considered that the perfect ending. Not Messi. Even after securing his legacy, he continued to compete with the same hunger that defined his youth. And then came the night of the hat-trick. The atmosphere inside the stadium was electric. Supporters wearing Argentina's iconic blue and white colors filled the stands with hope and expectation. Every touch from their captain was met with anticipation. Even at an age when many footballers have already retired, Messi looked calm, focused, determined. He wasn't chasing headlines. He wasn't trying to prove a point. He was simply doing what he had always done, playing football. The first goal arrived with the composure that has become his trademark. There was no panic, no unnecessary drama, just intelligence, precision, and perfect execution. The crowd erupted. The second goal showcased something equally remarkable: awareness, timing, the ability to read situations before anyone else. It wasn't merely talent. It was experience meeting genius. As Argentina tightened their control of the match, one question echoed through the stadium. Could this be the night? Could Lionel Messi finally score the first World Cup hat-trick of his extraordinary career? The answer came moments later. With the confidence of a player who has spent his entire life thriving under pressure, Messi completed the hat-trick. The stadium exploded into celebration. Teammates rushed toward him. Fans embraced strangers. Millions watching across the globe witnessed history unfold before their eyes. For younger supporters, it was another unforgettable Messi masterclass. For older fans, it was a reminder of just how privileged the football world has been to witness his journey. The significance of that moment extended far beyond 3 goals. It represented longevity, consistency, dedication. It proved that greatness is not defined by isolated moments of brilliance. True greatness is sustained excellence. It is showing up year after year. It is adapting as circumstances change. It is finding new ways to inspire. Throughout his career, Messi has evolved. The explosive teenager became a creative playmaker. The dribbler developed into a leader. The goal scorer transformed into a mentor for younger teammates. He learned, he adapted, he endured, and perhaps that is his greatest achievement. Football constantly changes. Generations rise and fall. New stars emerge. Yet Messi remained relevant. He continued to influence games at the highest level. He continued to make supporters dream. For Argentina, he became more than a captain. He became a symbol of resilience, a reminder that setbacks do not define your future, that criticism can fuel growth, that perseverance often leads to redemption. His story resonates beyond football because it reflects universal truths. Life rarely follows a perfect script. Dreams encounter obstacles. People experience failure. Doubts emerge. But those willing to continue moving forward often discover opportunities for extraordinary success. The hat trick served as a celebration of everything Messi represents. Humility despite fame, discipline despite success, passion despite age, excellence despite expectations. In an era dominated by statistics and endless debates, perhaps the greatest measure of Lionel Messi's impact lies elsewhere. It lives in the children attempting to imitate his dribbles in the streets, in families gathering together to watch him play, in the tears of supporters witnessing moments they will remember forever. Because football is more than numbers. It is emotion. It is hope. It is connection. And few players have created emotional connections as powerful as Lionel Messi. As the final whistle blew and celebrations continued, one reality became impossible to ignore. The world may never see another player exactly like him. Records will eventually be broken. New talents will emerge. Future generations will create their own heroes. But Lionel Messi's story will endure. From Rosario to global superstardom. From heartbreak to redemption. From doubted leader to World Cup champion. And now, from football legend to a man still capable of writing history with his first World Cup hat trick. On that unforgettable night, Messi did more than score 3 goals. He reminded the world that greatness is not a destination. It is a commitment. Commitment to keep improving, to keep believing, to keep inspiring. And perhaps that is why millions continue to call him by the same name. Not just a champion, not just a legend, but the greatest of all time. This is more than the story of a football player. It is the story of resilience, dedication, and the pursuit of excellence against all odds. And as long as football is played, the name Lionel Messi will continue to echo through stadiums, living rooms, and playgrounds across the world. Because some athletes win matches, some win trophies, but only a few win hearts and change history forever. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to subscribe to Docnation TV, like this video, and share it with every football fan you know. Tell us in the comments, is Lionel Messi the greatest footballer of all time? Until next time, thank you for watching.